Well, it's a funny old bloody game, isn't it? This chess nonsense. So I'm going to share, well, it's probably a couple of games with you now. Let's start with my over-the-board match from last night. Very odd this one. So my opponent was rated like 1400 but provisional, okay? And so I thought, I might be a bit stronger. And he played like lightning. He played 24 moves in the first 15 minutes, right? He was playing really quick. And I felt like I got hustled, I got punked. Anyway, I'll take you through the game because it's quite interesting and there's a couple of very good points, okay? So this is the analysis board on chess.com, okay? So it looks like a French. So what I play against the French is the Dime Gambit with d4, d5, c4, and try and make sure I get a pawn onto d5 with this pressure, preventing the knight from coming out. If the bishop comes out to pin my knight, we have queen a4, and that wins me a bunch of games. So I play d4. An opponent now surprises me. And I like to be the one doing the surprising, right? He plays the Franco-Sicilian defense. Now, I don't know how many times I've seen this in Blitz and Rapid and stuff online, but it's really not familiar with it. So already I'm out. I mean, I've got nothing prepared against this. So I have to resort to principles. Okay. So I push the c-pawn. So we've now actually transposed into an Alapin with these moves. Okay. I just figure, look, I'm shutting down this diagonal. I'm preparing to recapture on d4 if I need to, and it's a book move, and we're okay. Knight c6 inaccuracy, and I decide to strike out for the center. So what I'm thinking here, and it says it's a mistake, I'm thinking I'm going to treat this like a Grand Prix if I can, try and like spin it round into territory that I know, with knight here, maybe bishop there, castles, queen around, you know. Anyway, so he strikes out with d5, and black already has a slight edge. I push forward with e5, thereby removing the f6 square away from this knight. And we've now kind of, I guess, well, it still says we're in an Alapin, but we're in a kind of, French advance structure here on the board, but we have the Sicilian pawn out. He captures, I recapture, okay? And we're kind of even. He brings out his bishop. I'm unimpressed. I block it with my knight. We are completely dead even. My queen defends this. And I kind of went into this game thinking, I'm really going to try and take that extra bit of time. But we are blitzing these moves out. And I got sucked into blitzing these moves out. And quite honestly, I kind of felt like I was awake enough to play, but not that great. Okay, out comes the queen. Slightly inaccurate. Computer here said a3 was better. I developed my knight to defend this pawn. Two attackers, two defenders. He trades now. I recapture. Okay, so white has a slight edge again. And at this point, I'm feeling like this is going all right, you know. He knight to e7. I bring out my bishop to d3. All good. Getting ready to castle. Queen comes down, attacking my pawn, right? Now in 2D, that's completely obvious. But I'm getting sucked into playing too quickly. What move is this? This is move 12. I've probably used 7-8 minutes of my time. I've got 75 minutes on the clock, right? I castle and blunder a pawn. White is still slightly better, actually, after rook b1. But yeah, I developed my bishop to defend this pawn a second time because it's attacked twice. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm a pawn down. His knight comes in. Computer now recommends bishop b5 check, which is exactly what I play. I am slightly better, although I'm a pawn down. I am slightly better. I have castled my king. I have a strong central presence. This bishop does hang, it has to be noted, but opponent is currently in check. He blocked to the bishop. Should have retreated his knight. I trade off, and now he's lost castling rights. It's +2 for white, although I'm a pawn down. I now throw in queen a4 check, which is a mistake. Computer here says bishop d2 was better, forcing the queen away. I mean, the queen's got to defend the knight, so I guess the queen has to go there. Yeah, a3. And then I can actually take, queen takes, rook b1 with a skewer, maybe winning that pawn. Didn't see that, right? Just didn't see it. So I throw in a check, knight now retreats. Now I throw in this move. Okay, this pawn is defended twice, but black is now better after queen d3. Ouch. Bring my rook across, preparing this. He finds b4, and I retreat my queen. And now we get to. Well, he's trying to swap off queens. I don't really want to do that, but yeah. So the computer is here saying I should drop my queen back, and now he does this. Now this looks like it's winning a pawn. Okay. He's doing this. He's counter-attacking my queen because I'm attacking his queen. Okay, so I attack his queen, thinking that even at this point in the game, I'm a pawn down. Right? If we trade off, I've got a bishop against two knights. I might be able to like install my bishop here, cause some trouble with my knight. You know, I felt like I was in with a fighting chance. He plays this move. Now it's saying it's a miss. Okay. And they should have traded queens. Now, I now missed a trick. Because what I did was I traded off then from this point. Okay, I took with my knight, queen takes back, and you know I thought we might be in with something here. Okay, so I do this. In fact, I had a check here. Why didn't I just? No, best move here is bishop e3, apparently. Best move. Queen now comes across to here. Now let's go back to this position, right? After he takes his pawn. So if I take with the knight, he recaptures the check, obviously. Oh yeah, I'm in check there. But there is one move here, if you can find it, that actually gives white now an edge, even though being 2 pawns down gives white an edge, right? The key thing is we are attacking black's queen. Black counterattacks us. Now, what you need to ask yourself, and what I did not ask, because all I did was I was just looking at these pieces here, right? And this is the problem. I was over focused at the immediate action area, and I didn't do what you should do, which is to say, okay, well, what else might there be on the board? I just didn't do it. You know, it's what happens. It's the game. Okay. So we're attacking black's queen. Black counterattacks our queen with a capture. Okay. Now this rook is protected, so we own the c file. Right. So that this queen's got to do something. So the next question I should have asked myself is, can I move with a check? Right? Well, the answer is really no. I mean, I've got one check here, I think, but that's just awful. Okay? Or can I move with a significant threat? And there is a move, and the move is queen a3. I step out of the tension between the ladies. Right? You don't want to get involved in all that stuff. And I'm threatening queen d6 check. Queen d6 would force the rook onto the back rank. Okay, and we would be good. It would be like +2 here. This queen has to move. Where's she going to go? In fact, pretty much nowhere. It's saying the best move here is knight e2. The next best move is hang on, b4, or knight takes f3. So I don't know what a human would play in this position, but I completely missed this, because all I thought was, I have to resolve this issue of my queen being under attack, blah, 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 blah. I think we're all right. Anyway, I'll show you how it all ends. He takes, I hit the queen, right? Blocking the check. Queen goes there. And basically what happens is he's determined that now he pins my queen to my king. Right? He's definitely tactically aware. I felt like I was playing me on a really good day. It was that annoying. you know. And now his rook penetrates into the position. It's -3 here. He grabs another pawn, and after this I realise I'm going to get forked. My pawns are all going to fall, so we stop the clock and shake hands. It's -7.5 for black. Okay, so that was really, really annoying. So within an hour of walking into the pub, I'm walking back out again with a face like thunder, the drive home. And, you know, the wife's at home, and I thought, well, you know, I'm feeling frustration. You know, I need to blow off some steam. So I picked up the tablet and thought, I'm going to take it out on some poor suspecting passerby, right? I'm rated just about exactly 1400 at this point. Now, let me show you what happened. So this is the point, I think. So April 24, it's something like here. I was rated something like 1397, right? I lost a game. I drew 2 games, and I'm thinking, oh no. And then this. Bit of a purple patch. Right? Winning, 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 winning. I've lost 2 games out of about nearly 20? 12? Something like that. Shot back up 1481 now. 1481, okay? So let me show you the spirit of angels and demons. Just ate one of those games, which was completely brilliant, okay? So I have the white pieces. We have e4, e5. I go Danish. Opa, Denmark style. Now, this Maroczy defense, this just doesn't make sense to me, right? Because if we take this pawn and black recaptures, we can trade queens and destroy black's castling rights, which is exactly what happens, right? King now, only legal move, can't castle, okay? So I develop, attack the loose pawn. He blocks, all good, right? I develop and attack another loose pawn, okay? He blocks. Now, if I trade bishops, oh look, doubled isolated king's pawns, effectively, okay? I develop again. I want to get all my junk out into the board now. Material is actually equal, but opponent has 1, 2, 3 pawn islands, has the king in the middle of the board, and both rooks are slightly hampered by the horses that are in their way. So he develops a horse. I develop with check. There's no pawn that can block this. Knight blocks, pinning itself. Long castles now, taking advantage of the fact that the d-file is completely open, and now this is pinned and this is pinned. He tickles my bishop, I simply retreat. Brings his king forward. Are there tactics here? Not really. I mean, the bishop's pinned. The knight is no longer pinned, that guy now. Right? I drop my bishop back. I now have 2 attackers on here. And how many times is it defended? Once, because this guy is pinned. This guy is not a defender, so I'm threatening to capture the pawn. Opponent's used 15 seconds of his time, 16 seconds strictly speaking. I capture the pawn. Knight takes, right? I'm up a pawn. More than that as well, I'm attacking this bishop twice. It is defended twice, but it can't move, it can't do anything. He retreats. I take the bishop, thereby winning another pawn. Boom, right? So, I'm up 2 pawns. Doesn't seem like a lot at this point. Knight comes in, attacking f2. I just push f2 to f3. If he comes in now, I think he's actually trapped, isn't he? Sorry, cats are playing. Yeah, so he can't. He just wasn't thinking this. He wasn't thinking enough. He's used 45 seconds, this guy, and he's rated 1432. Okay, I double up my rooks on the d-file. Simple stuff. Okay, his knight wanders off over the other side of the board, and I decide to prevent his knight from coming in here. I don't want his knight coming in here, attacking my g-pawn, any of that. His knight comes back. I push and kick the knight. Knight retreats. Okay, it's now nearly +3 for white. In comes the knight to join the fun. In comes the knight again. I've now got 2 attackers on this pawn here, but it's all about to go very horribly wrong. Rook h7. Now that does nothing to defend this pawn, because there really is nothing he could have done to defend the pawn. So I take, and rook comes across here now. And what, guys, is the finish? Okay, it's actually mate in 2. The finish is rook here. The king can't retreat, and the king can't go there because my knight guards that square. Okay, so this is forced, and then rook takes d8 is beautiful. Checkmate. What a nice finish. Let's have a quick look at the game review on that one. And that's me playing like fast and loose, you know, last night. 91 accuracy and 2000 rating. Okay. In the previous game, sorry about the annoying cat. Let's see the previous game actually. My opponent played 1550 and I played like a 1300, right? So it just goes to show this is what we get, you know. 1300 play against 1550, I got mauled. 1550, my opponent played here, and I played like a man possessed at 2000. So they stop it, right? Anyway, but that's the joy of it, you know, the agony and the ecstasy of this game. I love it. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. Hope you are too. Thank you for watching. See you later. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to be around for a few days because I'm going off to do a festival. I'm going to be selling burgers and stuff at a festival, so you're going to have to go and watch someone else. Right, see you later, guys.